4 years, 4 West Division playoff games. We love that we're here again. We've also learned that nothing is guaranteed. We're 1-2 in this game. And so I think we're looking for a chance to show that this year's team has done the work. We have matured in a way that has us prepared for these big moments. Oakland is playing really well right now, really hot, and we're excited about that. That's exactly the kind of game that we want to walk into on Saturday evening.
It's the DC Breeze, it's the Boston Glory, it's Coleman Sports 23 and the Shredhead 66 here. I'm your host, Coleman. Today, we got 3 Frisbee games. We'll be live for all 3 of them. First, DC Breeze here for the next couple hours. Then we'll be heading to the Central Division Championship, where the Minnesota Wind Chill will be taking on the undefeated Chicago Union. And then at 7 o'clock Mountain Time, we will see, heading west here in Utah, Salt Lake, Harriman, whatever you want to call it. The Shred will be taking on the Spiders at home for the West Division crown. But we're focused here on DC Boston, which could be a really good matchup. Thank heaven, Evan Lepler and Ian Toner on the call for this game. Can't wait to see this game, man. Like, DC just came off their first time like beating New York, and they just absolutely destroyed New York. And they're facing the 1 seed Boston. This is gonna be a great game to start out. And then all 3 games honestly are great, but this one I feel like is just gonna be next level. East Division, probably the best division in the UFA. This could be the closest game of the day. We'll see, though. On Swing Pass, they said Salt Lake game going overtime, so we'll see about that. I just took a shower, so my hair's wet. Yeah, ignore that. Why did I even say that? Oh gosh. Rowan McDonald, the DC Breeze. Rowan has 100 different throws. That's crazy. If y'all haven't already, go watch his 100 different throws video, because if you like it, if you like Frisbee just like me, like, go that. How do you have 100 different throws? Like, I know different variations of flicks and backhands. I probably know about 20 throws, but 100 is crazy. Christian Boxley. I got DC winning this. I got them upsetting Boston. I got Christian Boxley as the MVP of this game. Rowan McDonald as an X factor in this game. Just his throwing ability and playmaking. Rowan wants to win it all. This could be his last year. He's gonna come out here firing. He's gonna absolutely come out here firing. But on the other side, you got Jeff Babbitt and the Boston Glory. That's tough. And of course, Toby DeCrana, the rookie from I think he's from I want to say he's from Belgium. Toby DeCrane or whatever. Yeah. Jeff Babbitt's a freaking beast. Holy crap. It's gonna be a couple. I have a hot take here. Jeff Babbitt will have 2 buzzer beaters in this game, but the DC Breeze are gonna win. That's my hot take. I think he's gonna have a better. I'm gonna say he's gonna have a buzzer beater at the end of the first quarter and at the end of the full. fourth, but it won't matter because they're still going to lose. Actually, no. Also, end of first quarter and the third quarter. Jeff Babbitt buzzer beaters at the end of first quarter and third quarter. But DC's gonna win. That's my hot take for this game. We'll see. Toby Dakana is freaking him. Yeah, he is from Belgium. I knew it. I knew. That catch was insane. I remember watching that. That was, I don't know how. It was underthrown. It was going to the back of the defender, and somehow he like reaches over him and like catches it. That's insane. This guy's him.
This offense looking to find its form once again after.
We'll see. But let me get the scoreboard up in here. Of course, if this game is a blowout, we'll be heading to the second game. If it is a close one, we'll finish it and then head to the second stream for Union and Minnesota. I will have the Union and Minnesota end of that game or start of that game on my phone if this game is close. If this game is a blowout, I will be switching to that stream before the Minnesota game starts. So, yeah. Blowout, I'm heading over to the Minnesota stream. If it's close, I'll put it on my phone. And yeah. But that's enough for a couple more hours, so we good. BC and Boston for the East. But why is my green screen looks good today? It's still light outside, and I opened up the window. I should have done that for the Tony podcast because it was looking bad. More light makes it better, I guess. The green screen better. Go shred. Better be stinking spiders later. If we get upset 2 years in a row, I'm gonna be mad. We're not the hustle. Tony's locked in. Everyone's locked in right now. Of course, the Broncos play later as well. I'll probably be watching that during the shredding game. Probably put it on my phone. It's preseason, so I'm gonna put it on my phone, not the TV. Playoff frisbee is more important. But we believe on the Bronco brothers probably later after that game, and all the frisbee games should be over by then. So, yeah, Bronco brothers podcast tonight. I'm definitely gonna make a short telling people because I made a Broncos hype video and like it popped off like 3.5K views, something like that. Like 336 comments. I gained like 30 something, like 28 subs or something like that from that video. I'm just gonna I need to come out with a short promote the Bronco Brothers podcast because we need to grow that channel, get that channel popping. But yeah. Oh man. Come on. Sorry, there's a video that says Broncos play football today, and then there's singing the song. If you guys haven't already, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe. We're on the road to 1,000 over on Coleman Sports 23. Subscribe to Shredhead if you're Shredhead 66 over if you're over there. We're on the road to 100 over there. Duo stream today on both channels. Let me know what channel you're watching from, and yeah, be chilling. Hopefully, this game was supposed to start 10 minutes ago, but it hasn't. If I create a poll, I might have to create a poll. I'm gonna create a poll on every stream. Why not? For all my streams today. Screw it. 3 streams today. Crazy. Oh yeah, I think of the Shredhead too. Shoot. I have to make a poll for all the freaking streams. Great. All right. Let me start a poll here. All right. There we go. We go run polls on all the streams too.
For the second straight season, it's the Boston Glory and the DC Breeze in the East Division Championship game. These two programs met 3 times during the regular season. Boston threw the opening punch, a Week 4 win down in DC.
Sorry, I'm making polls.
Breeze
All right, that one's live.
Stadium and handed the Glory their first loss, snapping their quest for an unbeaten season.
Go.
And
Poll.
came the day after the Glory officially clinched the 1 seed in the East. It was a Boston, I don't want to say a lackluster effort, but certainly DC had their number over the course of 4 quarters on that particular day. How meaningful was it? No Jeff Babbitt, no Tyler Chan, no Tanner Johnson Go. All 3 guys that'll be active here today. And they're certainly going
Boom. The polls are up on Coleman Sports. Let me add the Shredhead ones too.
We also saw DC play
Here we
really
go.
well into this when they came here for their long regular season trip on July 6th.
Yeah, this is something that I think the DC coaching staff is actually excited about, just because it kind of replicates some of those July 6th conditions. From my own eyes in person, that this team is capable of.
Why can y'all hear that? I don't know.
Let's talk keys to the game. Most thing for both in your mind here tonight.
Well, when we look at what DC has to do, DC has got to be focused on slowing down the downfield attack. They got giants, they got speedsters, they got matchup nightmares. They don't have enough big bodies to go man for man, shoulder to shoulder on all of those big receiving threats. So what does that look like? Maybe it looks like some more coaches in the lane. Maybe it looks like some more handlers choosing to take away some of those opportunities. Maybe that
There we
looks
go. There's one.
They have to do everything they can systematically to make that difficult.
Easier said than done, of course. They'll give it their best shot. What about for Boston?
Yeah, Boston, we talked about it a little bit. This is perhaps the best starting lineup that we've seen, starting 20 that we've seen from Boston yet this season. And this is something that I think it's a lot to ask to get all of your guys executing on the same page with the season on the line. They need to find a way to build comfort, chemistry.
Boom and one. Boom.
Very curious over what Jeff Babbitt's role is going to be in this game. Expect to see him both on D and on O. He will start the game on the open point for the Glory.
Game about to start here. Glory on D to start. Jeff Babbitt up there. Probably gonna play on offense and defense today. And then DC's O-line out there first. We got the first chance to score here. All right. There we go. Here we go. And the poll is underway here in Boston. Very sunny, it looks like, there in Boston. See if that could cause some drops. I can't even tell who people are. It's so sunny, I can't even tell people's facial I can't even tell who it is. And they're calling a stall there. A really fast stall call on Boston. Rowan doesn't like the call. Boston's getting right at the goal line here. Mistake there by DC. Here's a hammer. It's going to float. And it hits the ground. Back-to-back turnovers to start for each team. I'm not know how DC got out of that, but they did. Here is Christian Boxley.
Feels like everybody's just kind of looking at each other right
DC high stall again. This time they reset. Here's Rowan. Rowan with the deep puck. Looking for Cole Jurek, and he's got him for the goal. DC strikes first with the dirty hold. What a shot by Rowan. Easy goal there for DC. Well, I won't say easy. The dirty hold. DC's on line earns it back. Well, Jarek did not play against New York, but it didn't matter because they blew him out. And he's back today with that goal to start the game for DC. Wanna pull there. Ryan Dinger to Ben Sadok. Sadok to Ryan Cable. Back to Sadok. Around Ryan Cable. Over to Cole Jurek. Sorry, not Cole Jurek. That's the guy. I'm tripping. Cable. Resets here. Here's Toby DeCron, his first touch of the game. Taking a deep shot. That has perfect zip on it. Wide open in the end zone is DC. What was that defense? Or sorry, wide open in the end zone for Glory. What was that defense by DC? They just left him wide open. Some defensive coverage breakdown there by DC. What a throw by the Rook from Belgium, Tony Declan. I think is how you say it. Declan? Declan? I don't know, something like that. What a throw. Just zipped it in between like 3 defenders there, and you just got wide open end zone. Don't know why, but Dinger with the goal there. We're tied 1-1. Big pull here. That is floating perfectly. What a pull. Here's a big flick here. Christian Boxley. Second opportunity. Cannot get it. It's a turnover. But it's coming back. Christian Boxley went up early, but it does not matter. A foul on the mark, they're saying. Christian Boxley just jumped early there, but they're saying a foul on the mark. So DC gets it back. That's fortunate. Side flick here. Rowan. Swinging it. Thomas Stoughton. Oh my gosh, that floated nicely in the wind there. DC able to get some extra yards because of that. Rowan throws. Oh gosh, sorry. Rowan throws it right into the teeth of the defense. Boston with the deep shot and the first break of the game. They take the 2-1 lead. Rowan McDonald, the vet, throwing it right to the defender, running right past the cutter. The cutter stopped and should have ran in there. Not a good decision there by Rowan, though. Yeah, Rowan might retire after this, yo. Especially if they lose. Not a smart throw by Rowan, though. I was dumb. Wow. All right, here's a pull by the Glory. Boston could tie it up here, though. Bad turnover, and DC or Glory made him pay for it, but good news is they're all line back out there. DC here swinging around. Here's Christian Boxley. Cole Jerick swings it. DC's offense just does not look good right now. It's shocking. They're swinging it. DC's forcing them to move it. Here's a high stall count reset to Christian Boxley. They're moving backwards. This defense by the Glory is doing good. They're forcing them backwards. Oh, wow, that's not foul. That's crazy. Wodat shooting. Is that going to come back in? It came back in, but Christian Boxley could not read it good. But a foul. They're calling a foul on the Glory there. On Boxley. So Boxley gets to this where he's fouled. It looks like the defender's not arguing. Boxley swinging it up here. Here's a swing to Monroe, but he makes the adjustment. Monroe right outside the end zone. High stall. Swings it around to Boxley. Boxley pivots around and finds. Is that Cole Jerick? I think so. High stall count again. And there's a crossfield shot. Andrew Roy with the goal. Perfect offense from DC. That was a beautiful crossfield shot. Those are the shots that DC has had early in this game. Glory's throwing some double teams, and Glory's making the right cut. They're having easy shots to the end zone because of these double teams that the Glory are throwing at them. Somebody's open when they throw that double team at them. So Boston will pull here. Jeff Babbitt on O. On this O point for the Glory.
This Boston group can
Boston moving up here. Here is Jeff Babbitt. Dick swings it around here.
he's getting out there and
Jeff Babbitt in the handler space here. AJ Merriman on Babbitt.
Dick with Babbitt as it works out.
Here's Orion Cable. Orion Cable swings it.
Boston with
Babbitt. Jeff Babbitt with the swing. DC really forcing them to swing this disc. They're throwing these like junky double team at him. The cutters are getting locked up right now for DC. Finally, a cutter with the disc here. Here's Toby DeCrana. Moving it up here. Here's DeCrana. DeCrana has Cable. Cable. Ryan Cable swings it over to DeCrana. DeCrana back to Cable. Cable. 10 yards outside the end zone. Looking for Babbitt. Babbitt. Looking for a swing here. Swings it over to DeCrana. Toby DeCrana. To Babbitt. Yo, what's up, Aaron? Welcome in. 0 people. Let me change that real quick. Yeah. I got Glory winning, but I got the upset. I got Boston beating Glory. We'll see, though. Glory right outside the end zone. There's an easy goal there for Dick. DC defense pretty good on that one. Made Boston earn that one. Made them work for it. Really forced them to swing the disc a lot. I don't know how many times they swung that disc or how many passes there were before they scored there, but it felt like at least 50. So if you're DC, yeah, they scored, but that's a win for you. You made them tire out their O-line, you know? Sometimes that's a little win, even though they scored. It's still good defense because you tired them out. It's the pull by the Glory. Let's see if the Glory's D-line can do the same to DC, tire them out a little bit, maybe. Andrew Roy.
Boston wants.
we saw when he was
Here's a shot. The Crane has good position, but Wodatch reads it good. Here's Keeney. Sorry, that's Rowan. Rowan resets it. Oh, I was on errant reset. And DC with the steal here. Picking it off there. A bad reset there. Threw it right to the DC player. I don't know what that throw was. DC yet to have a break chance this game. Boston, this is their second break chance opportunity. And that is perfectly placed. The number 13 there with the goal for Boston. They go up 4-2.
trotting a lot of the same O-line back down to
Wow.
it'd be
I kind of want Boston to win this because I feel like the shred, if they match up against them, we could win this. But we need DC to win. So if DC wins, we win. We avoid the Union in this next round. We avoid the winner of Union Minnesota. So if we win and DC wins, we avoid the Union, we avoid Minnesota, we avoid the winner of this game, which it would be DC. So if they win. So if DC wins this and the Shred win, we avoid DC in the first round or in the semifinals. We avoid Chicago and Minnesota in the first round, and we get Atlanta. And I want Atlanta. That's what I want. So come on, DC, let's go. Lock in. Like as long as just DC wins and the Shred win, we play Atlanta. Like that's who I want. I don't want to play Chicago. I don't want to play Minnesota, even though we beat them. I don't want to play Boston or DC. I want the hustle, but we'll see. Travel or a pick call here. Not sure what it was. DC moving back here on the goal line. Gotta go full field here. Here's a big swing here. AJ Merriman goes up and makes the grab. Merriman. Swing it up here to Andrew Roy. Andrew Roy. Andrew Roy swings it. Here's Rowan. Rowan with the inside flick here, looking for Merriman. It's going to float perfectly for Merriman. Merriman makes the grab and adjusts. And then he throws it right in the defender's hands. Looking for Boxley. Just try to force it there. That's a travel. But they won't call it here. Boston with another break chance. What's going on with DC's O? Chan. With scary reset there, nearly blocked.
This is Rossi, the Italian.
Rossi. Resets. And we got a timeout by Boston. What a timeout. They can go up by 3 goals here. Wow. DC's falling apart a little bit, but still only the first quarter. We still got a lot of game left here in Boston. Of course, we will be live for the Chicago Union and the Minnesota game right after this. I'll move over really fast as humanly possible for that one after this. If this is a blowout, then I'll just leave once that starts. That Minnesota game starts. But if it's close, I'm going to wait for it to end. But I will be watching the first little bit if it's close on my phone so I can talk about it. Boston looking to go up 3 here. High stall count here. They get it away here. Carapella swinging it up. Dick with a grab. Nice athletic dive there. Here's Toby Dekrana. Dekrana wide open in the end zone. Easy assist for Toby Dekrana. Light work for him from the young kid from Belgium. He's not even a kid, young man from Belgium. Like that was a good guy by Merriman, and then you're just trying to go too fast and force it down the middle, right? The DC player, or Glory player, and Glory makes him pay for it. Bad turnover. Oh. I'm tired, y'all. I went to bed at like 1:30. Woke up at like 8. Andrew Roy here. A minute for DC to score here at the end of the first.
potential mismatch
Roy.
situations, and she basically said, "Well, we need to put ourselves in a position where that doesn't matter."
Hammer over the top here to Roy. Roy with a ooh, that was a nice grab there.
In last night's South Division
DC with the scuba over the top here.
because
Roy. Andrew Roy looking for Boxley with the push pass. There's Boxley. Boxley with a stupid reset that just floats. But it looks like DC was fouled on the mark that forced the disc to come out of the hand of Christian Boxley a little weird there and float way up in there. So DC will get it back here at the goal line.
Yeah, makes sense. Boxley.
5 seconds for DC. Boxley resets it. They need to go to the end zone. Triple team. They got to throw something. And they threw it to the turf. Rowan misses the layout grab there and it hits the turf. DC with the lockdown defense at the end of the first quarter. We're going to the second quarter where DC, I think. Wait, no, Boston starts with a disc. Oh, shoot. They could go up by 4 here. That was huge for DC. They needed that goal. Yikes. That's tough. He should have threw that. He had a guy right in the corner. He could have threw a scuba to that guy running to the corner. I mean, Babbitt was lurking a little bit, but you could have fit it in there. Bro could have threw that. So like, he could easily do like a blade to the back corner, or like a blade-ish, scuba-ish throw, if that makes sense. Like I feel like I could have just grabbed the disc, go like this, right to the back corner, easy. But I don't know. We're triple team. It's crazy. Boop, boop, boop. Championship weekend in Madison, the headquarters of UFA of Frisbee. That's gonna be a great championship weekend. Probably won't be live for it though, because usually me and my friends we have a watch party every year usually for that. Because my friends have season tickets to the shred games, so they like go out to all the shred games. But when it's championship weekend, it's usually on the road. So we usually do a watch party. We'll see if we do it this year. I'll have to ask them. Be like, yo, UFA watch party? Question mark? Let's see what they say. It's like August 22nd, 23rd, something like that. Oh, I need some water. I'll be back, y'all. Oh, it feels good to be home alone too. Ain't no one home except for the cats. And the dog. Hi, Stewie. Why are you just sitting there staring at me, huh? That's what cats do. Oh boy. Do we have any Uncrustables left? Please tell me we do. No. Oh gosh. Water. All right. Back in a second, y'all. I've never been to a playoff frisbee game. Fun fact. I've been to a lot of regular season shred games. I just haven't been able to go to, like, any playoff games, unfortunately. Hopefully next year. Yeah, I asked my friend, but see if I could go down with him today, but I think that. All right.
Ball comes up the front with a couple switches there. Ball switches off.
What's up, Eric? Welcome in.
Offense.
How you doing? Oh, Glory scored again? Wow, I missed it. Still was enough. Get some water. I need some. Add it. Hot, y'all.
You mentioned it in the first. They're sitting
Just
on
staying while I'll leave it open. Not much. Doing well. Good. Good to see. That's a foul and a half. Oh my gosh, what a sky there by Roy. Catch. Roy and Monroe working it. Oh, what a freaking reset. That was nearly blocked too. How did he throw that? How did that go blocked? Ooh, what a grab. Another great grab there by DC. And a floaty throw here. And it's ripped down by Boston. Another just mistake by DC. Why isn't this dang water bottle freaking opening? Usually this button right here presses it open. Being stupid. Come on.
Boston.
Boston timeout or yep. Boston using the timeout. His last timeout of the half. Boston. Wow, they could go up by 5 here. That's crazy. DC's falling apart. Crazy. Oh, what the frick? Okay, there we go. Yeah, that button isn't working anymore. Okay. Well, I forgot this freaking wall ball makes dolphin noises. So annoying. Ah.
8:51 to go in the second quarter. This is not do or die. It certainly feels like a pivotal moment.
Looks like travel or something on Boston. Double sideline trap here.
Enthusiastic.
High stall count. Oh, now we're starting play? Okay, they didn't blow the whistle. Wow, DC was confused. Huh.
Officials hadn't officially signaled the start.
We weren't even in play. That's crazy. That was going to be stall count. Here's Babbitt outside the end zone, swinging it. It'll be DeCrane. Belgium standout.
Taking the sure thing in their
Babbitt with the swing. Sadok. Sadok looking for DeCrana. And he has it. Toby DeCrana with the goal. Boston up by 5. Everyone that had Boston getting upset in shambles right now. including me. I had Boston moving. That's not good for the Shreds, so I'm kind of mad. Good win. Come on, DC, come back and win. Don't quit.
What we expected earlier this week.
Well, make the greatest comeback in USA history. Okay, I've seen 5-point comebacks before. The Shred had one this year. Yes, Seattle. Somehow.
Is how comfortable their offense has looked and relatively untested and unfazed
Game's far from over. It's not even halftime.
through the opening 16 minutes.
They were 0 for 1.
Let's see what DC's offense does here. Let's see if they can fix it. High stall count here. They reset it here to Christian Boxley. Callahan territory. Here's a hawk. That is placed perfectly. Oh, he dropped it on the way down. Dang. Couldn't survive the ground contact there. Rip. I think the disc man got stuck underneath his leg. And now DC with another break chance. And they're going to punch it in. Oh my gosh, what a throw. Yeah. The good thing about this might be over, honestly. It's going to be hard for DC to come back. Boston's for real. I have to admit it now. Boston's for real. I know we're not over yet, but Boston, they're for real. DC destroyed New York. I was like, okay, DC has all the momentum. They could come in here and beat the Glory. It would be close. Just because New York's not that good this year. But this is making New York look really bad because now DC, who destroyed New York, is getting destroyed.
I think I said before, Stoughton only played 5 deep points during the season. He played
Fall from New York needs to be studied. But yeah,
like everyone.
Boston might be nice.
Where do you go now if you're the DC offense?
Andrew Roy looking for Merriman. Merriman fouled.
Boxley gets
Merriman ahead to Boxley. Boxley. It's a tight window there.
Part of that is due to the conditions. Part of that is due to
Boxley to Roy. Roy. Andrew Roy with a reset here.
If they want to open up some more breathing room for themselves, they've really
Rowan.
got to make that.
Rowan resetting.
The Boston defense.
Big swing around here.
Well, this offense.
Rowan
And certainly Christian Boxley is a capable.
on McDonald with the big swing here to Boxley. Boxley. Inside throw here to Andrew Roy. Looking for McDonald. McDonald jumps into the end zone. And finally, DC with a good possession there. It snaps a 6-0 run for Boston. Wow.
You can see the frustration in the body language from McDonald.
Rowan is mad.
First assist for Roy. First goal for Rowan.
All right.
These guys, for the most part, are fresh. The DCD line.
There's a pull by DC. Nice pull. Solid pull. Dinger. And a D by DC! A break chance. Finally, DC with a break chance. And a shot to the back of the end zone, and it goes out the back of the end zone. Boston's going to earn it back. DC, the one time you get a break chance and you sell. What are you doing? That was a dumb throw. You had Merriman in the corner, too. You just threw it way too far, way too high. For Merriman there. Callahan territory here for Boston, no. See if DC can earn it back. That should be an offensive foul. Here's a Ryan Cable. Cable. Gruber here over the top. Babbitt.
Albert Yuan, former Flyer.
Albert Haram. Just play for the Flyers there.
Either one of those matches, I think they like
Swing.
Either was in the right spot to make the play.
Another swing, nearly teed up by AJ Merriman, but Babbitt gets it. Babbitt looking for a reset. High stall count. Gives it to Sadok. Sadok is fouled by Merriman. So looking at this, I don't know if it got flattened or what happened. Yo, what's up, Eric? Another Eric. Welcome in.
Just lost the stadium scoreboard, which has been a tradition here at Hormel Stadium. Unfortunately, well, that'll delay the proceedings just for a second.
That was a better freaking win today, Eric.
And on this point, Boston's second throwaway of the game.
Yeah, you're right. He did get a fingertip on it.
All right, scoreboard back on. Play has resumed.
Okay, they have technical difficulties with the scoreboard, but they got it back on. All right. Babbitt in the end zone. Too easy for Jeff Babbitt. Two-time MVP there with the goal.
Still have a soft spot for Babbitt, given how he adapted his play throughout the year.
This guy's a beast.
Got game-saving blocks on the team's Canadian
Let's
road
do
trip.
Jeff Babbitt is
And
him.
he's just stepping back into the offense here and not missing a beat. Saw him wincing there as he sat down. Hope he's okay. But just, we are all so lucky to be seeing him perform at his speed right now.
He was so huge on that two-game trip to Montreal and Toronto. Clearly not 100%, but they sneaked past the Royale in double overtime in part because of Babbitt's heroics. And then that game against Toronto, I believe it was a Sunday late afternoon game. It was kind of a standalone game. I watched the whole thing, and he got skied by Toronto's Keith McRae early in that game. It brought me out of my seat because I don't think I've ever seen Babbitt get skied like that.
Roy
Jeff
hits.
So, with 4 blocks.
Who that is? Rowan?
Offense that day too. 9 goals.
There's a blade over the top looking for Rowan. Rowan's got it. Rowan is fouled. It's extra yardage here. Rowan fakes the blade there. Rowan throws a inside flick to Wodach for the goal.
Hope that someone comes down with it, and then in the red zone, McDonald turns to his dump for the negative reset, can't engage it, and then the stalk out rising just has to re-engage.
Hey, sorry. How old is Rowan McDonald?
Boston. Okay, I found this on the web. How old is Ron McDonald? Check it out.
Hey, Siri. Hey, Siri. How old is UFA star Rowan McDonald?
Okay, I found this on the web for Hey Siri, how old is UFA star Rowan McDonald? Check it out.
Hey, Siri. How old is Rowan McDonald, the UFA player?
Okay, I found this on the web for how old is Rowan
So
McDonald.
you're an
UFA.
idiot. Hey, Siri. How old is the ultimate frisbee player Rowan McDonald?
Okay, I found this on the web for how old is the ultimate frisbee player Rowan McDonald. Check it out.
How old is this guy?
I mean, it's different watching Tova in person.
Yeah, too.
Babbitt, plenty of space, picked up by Downey. Here's Sado. Let's do college teammates at UMass going back and forth. DeCrona.
Carapella and Yuan cut into the same space.
How old is this dude?
There's something about this Boston offense. Earlier this year, I mean, we would have seen a deep shot for Orion Cable already on this point. They
Yep.
could get that anytime they
He's
want.
36. Okay. This might be his last year. We'll see. Toby DeCrona.
If the Boston Celtics had been this patient, they might have gotten
Babbitt. Now Boston's moving backwards. Good defense here by DC. Here's Babbitt.
situation.
Babbitt
And yes,
to Ryan Cable. Orion Cable swinging it to Babbitt. Babbitt. Babbitt to Crane. Crane up to Cable. Back to Toby. Over to Babbitt here. Babbitt to DeCrane. That's a travel. Holy crap. But it doesn't matter because it's D'd up by the DC Breeze. DC's lucky they didn't call a travel before that. A huge D for DC. You got a 4-goal game here. Both teams are tired. Both teams got hands on their knees. That's crazy. Pause.
Seconds, 15 currently on the clock.
It is really sunny and hot. I can tell.
They're missing Grovick's speed and athleticism too.
Their offense is just compressing.
DC 1 for 3 on it, Buck.
All right.
Boston turning it over for the third time
Looks like
with 15 seconds remaining. DC has.
all right, 15 seconds here till halftime. DC has to go the whole length of the field. Here's Andrew Roy. Roy, not marked. Jerk around to Rowan. Rowan with 5. Rowan takes a big flick, trying to go full field here. That's too short. That'll be halftime here in Boston. Boston up 9-4. If you guys haven't already, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe. We're on the road to 2,000 here on Como Sports 23 and 100 on the Shredhead. Boston takes a 9-4 lead at halftime here in the East Division Championship game. Winner goes to championship weekend, where the final 4 seeds will be determined based off regular season record and point differential in these games, these quarterfinal games.
Still curious to know what's being said in that DC huddle right
DC looks tight as hell.
now.
Their assistants, Xavier Maxted, Thomas Owen, and Jimmy Matsunaga have their work cut out for them. But even more than the coaching staff, it is on the players to find their peak quickness and speed. And
Yeah, DC is just not playing good.
chances they couldn't cash in either.
They're getting out physical, just dumb mistakes. 9 turnovers for DC, only 3 for the Glory. One of 4 on Hucks, so DC's not doing good on their Hucks, which is crazy because probably one of the best O lines in the league.
Well, if Chicago,
Wow. They're 0 for 2 on D line, so that's not good either.
that is the guarantee. If Minnesota pulls off the upset and Salt Lake wins, then it would be the Shred getting the winner of this game. If Minnesota
No.
and Salt Lake, or if Minnesota and Oakland both win, then the Windshield would get the winner of this game. Grace Buelow is down on the field with Boston head coach Sam Rosenthal. Take it away, Grace.
Wait, even if Boston wins, we could avoid Boston? If Minnesota wins and the Shred win, we'll play Atlanta. Yeah. That's crazy. So actually, we either DC wins this, the Union win, and we win, then we avoid DC and the Union, and we get Atlanta in the first round. Or if Boston, holds on, wins this, Minnesota upsets the Union, which would be really hard. I feel like DC could come back. There's a high chance of DC coming back in this game than Minnesota upsetting the undefeated Union. But if Glory hold on, like I said, and Minnesota upsets Union, we could also avoid Minnesota and the Glory and get the Hustle and the semis as well. That's who I want. I want the Hustle. I feel like whoever faces the Hustle is gonna win. I'm not a Hustle believer. I think they're gonna be the worst team at championship weekend. And whoever gets them should make the championship game. And I'd be very shocked if they go. If Hustle make the championship, but we'll see. I think the Shred could beat the Hustle, honestly. Yeah, we lost to them the first game of the year, and that's our only loss this season, but no Luke Jorgensen in that game. No Will Selfridge in that game. No Oscar Brown in that game. We could beat them. And they were literally missing nobody. They're missing like Jaime. That's it. Jaime didn't even play in their first playoff game yesterday. So we'll see. We shall see. not happening. What? What's the dollar match? Oh. Yeah, since it's halftime, I'll play a little commercial here.
It was the most wide open season in the history of the league. I mean, that's just a fact. There's no doubt about it.
The league is in a great spot. These teams, these championship teams, the Minnesota Wind Chill are in a great spot.
Let's be real. We shocked the world tonight. These guys know how to fight, and that trophy was nice and heavy, and that felt good.
We haven't proved anything yet. We've been here several times. We are the underdogs.
We've been grinding for a long time. I don't feel like we got over the hump.
You're going to win that over and over, one matchup at a time.
You've got your favorites. You've got your underdogs. This is why they play the games.
Over the top! Skies over Grayson Sander!
To the end zone for the score. Oh, my goodness.
Now at the buzzer, and you better believe Jeff Babbitt lives for the moment. Glory have defeated the reigning champions.
Let's go. Oh, let's take a water bottle. Who wants to hear a halftime? Here, halftime entertainment. Dolphins. It didn't work that time. What the heck? Kind of. I got tilted up more. That's why. I don't know if y'all heard that, but you definitely heard that. Bro, I hope we have a watch party for that with my friends, like we do every year for the champ weekend. Hopefully, Shredder back in it. Because last time they went championship weekend, they fell short, unfortunately. In the championship game against New York. Going their second year of existence, though. We've never missed the playoffs. Gotta win today if you want to go back. Championship weekend. That's gonna be cool. WL versus UL All Star game. That I might watch. Oh, good. Oh, come on, second half. Hurry up. I want this game to end before I go watch the Minnesota game. 'Cause I just feel like something. I wouldn't be shocked if like DC came back. We'll see though. But if it's like a 6-goal game at the end of the third quarter, I'm turning it off. If it's 3-goal, think about it. It's like 3, 4, or 5, then there you go. Keep it on. But yeah, if it's in the third quarter and 6 goals or more lead for Boston, I'm thinking I'm switching to the next stream. This game starts at 5. Yeah, so this game's definitely not going to be over by the time the next game starts. And the next game's not going to be over by the time the shred game starts. So I'll just watch them both during the shred game. Because I'm streaming the shred game 100%. So the Chicago Wind Chill stream, I'm sorry, but like the shred game starting, once the stream game is about to start, I'm ending it and I'm going to a shred stream because the shred stream because that's my team, obviously. Oh, I want to buy the slot shark things, but it's like so expensive. Ooh. Top of the bracket will be decided here in like an hour. Of course, Land Hustle moving on to the championship weekend yesterday, defeating the Growlers 22-18 in that one. Remember this one? Moving on. And then we'll be live for Chicago, Minnesota. And then Solid Shred and Spiders.
First half, 2 points where there wasn't a point scored. 5-on-0, 5-on.
Gosh. All right. Boston will be on D line here.
The most on Boston. Over to Crown.
So that's huge. DC gets in the third quarter. Boston gets at the start of the fourth day. That actually sucks for DC, kind of. But they definitely need a hold here. They needed that buzzer beater at the end of the half, but they couldn't get it. If they would have got that and this, they'd be a 3-point game. But they need a hold here to start the second half. All right. Pole goes out the back of the end zone, so I'll go to Brick Mark here.
Forward is on Downey, who looks like he's ready to make an initiation movement.
Split stack for DC.
Interesting. DC comes out a split stack.
Did not take long.
Christian Boxley resetting to Andrew Roy. Roy? Cole Jurek. Jurek swings it. Where's Thomas Edmonds in this game? That's who the freaking DCBs are missing. Here's a nice shot by DC to the end zone. And a nice quick goal for the Breeze. What a throw by Cole. That's perfectly placed.
The throw that really did the heaviest lift.
Cole Jurek to Andrew Roy to Downey for the goal.
Second assist of the night for A-Roy. Downey's got his first goal. And DC trails by 4.
All right, O-line out there for Boston. This is like a D O-line, like a O-prime line here. For Boston, Jeff Babbitt out there. Toby DeCrana. Ryan Cable. And others here on the slide for the Boston Glory. AJ Merriman with the big pull here.
Centers to Dick.
Dick here to go on. Back to Dick here. Dick inside here. Dick.
Here's Dick.
Dick resetting. Dick gets it back.
Yuan.
Up here to Yuan. Yuan. Push pass to Dick. Dick swings it back to Yuan. 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 High stall count here for Yuan and the Boston Glory. Bailout swing here over to Dick. Dick. Flick here to Babbitt. Sliding in, makes the grab. Babbitt swings it. Babbitt gets it back here. Babbitt swings it back. You see making them work for it here. Moves it back to Babbitt. Babbitt. And the Boston Glory are going backwards. They swing up here. Here's Orion Cable. His first touch of the second half here. To Dick. Cable. Orion Cable here. With the big swing. Here's Toby DeCrana. The young standout from Belgium. DeCrana. With the inside flick here to Juan. Juan. Sorry, Yuan. To Dick. Dick right outside the end zone. Dick is fouled by Tom on the mark there.
This lead a long time.
Dick on the end zone line here. And it's hand blocked. Nope. Tom called it on himself there. I thought it was a hand block by Tom, but Tom calls the foul on himself. I don't know why Dick is mad, because he literally called it on himself. Dick flips it in the end zone for no other. Who else would it be besides Jeff Babbitt? We knew it was going to happen. Jeff Babbitt. It's too easy for him. Too easy for Babbitt. DC needs more pressure on these cutters. It felt like they were doing good at the cutters, on the cutters early in the possession, and forcing the handlers to go backwards. But then, just end of the possession there, they kind of let the cutters dominate there.
I mean, just that
Babbitt, Necrona, and
style and speed and skill right there.
Orion Cable just to get a lot of size on that O-line for Boston. That's what makes him scary. Here's a blade over the top here. Andrew Roy to McDonald. Back to Roy. McDonald.
And Jeff Babbitt. And McGraw punching his ticket.
Jock Nissen over to Boxley. Boxley, nice throw. An easy goal there. Jock Nissen. Too easy. 4-goal game. Good hold for DC. That's what your O-line got to do. Your D-line needs to get some pressure here. Get some stops. On row 7.
From Boston, a group that's played largely mistake-free offense all night.
Boxley switching the D-line here.
Right now.
AJ Merriman with the pull. Blood good out there as well. Ooh, that's a scary throw there. Here's Babbitt.
With just the 2 blocks.
No pressure on the handlers here by DC at all. Just easy swings right now for Boston. Here's Babbitt. Yeah, they're locking in a little bit here. Tough swing over to Toby DeCrona. Here's Babbitt. Babbitt with the swing here.
Orion Cable was open deep. But Boston,
Yes, he was. Ryan Cable's open, but Boston doesn't shoot it. Here's Juan. Resets to Babbitt. AJ Merriman was hunting on that one. Here's the Toby DeCrona, star from Belgium. Up to Orion Cable. Orion Cable. Oh, I thought he was going to pull the trigger there. DeCrona. Big swing over to Babbitt. Babbitt swings it. Orion Cable. Capella's going to take a shot. He has Toby DeCrona, the young star from Belgium. 2 defenders on him, but it does not matter. He gets the massive goal for the Glory. Back up by 5. DC keeps getting some holds in this third quarter. Offense looking a lot better in this third quarter in the second half for DC. Their defense can't do nothing. No. And they're gonna need some breaks to come back in this one. And DC would gladly just go back and forth. Or sorry, Boston would gladly go back and forth. Toby DeCrona is him. Okay, I don't know about that, buddy. St. Glory's offense better than Atlanta. Come on. Okay, actually, yeah, they are. They only had, what, 3 turnovers in the first half? Yeah, they might be better. Andrew Roy?
Boston is an O-line during the season. What do we got?
Monroe?
Officials timeout.
Officials timeout here? A call? I can't tell. A clock issue here.
Unclear.
Andrew Roy with the disc here. I'm faking the flick hard here. Around throw here to Jock Nissen. Jock Nissen shoots it. Nissen has Boxley. Boxley boxes out and flips it into the end zone for Rowan McDonald. Nice easy hold for DC. They need breaks though. They can score as much as they want on offense, but they don't get stops. They will not be able to come back. It's a really low scoring game. 11-7 in the third quarter. And there's not even that many turnovers. A lot by DC, not much by Boston. It's just it's taking forever for both teams to score. So the defense is really like forcing them to swing the disc, and it's just taking the offense a long time to score because the defense is two good defensive teams here. This could even this might be the last game we see Rowan in a DC jersey, is what they said. This is my last time we might see him in a UFA jersey. Might retire. Here's Callahan territory. Boston deep in their own end zone here. Can they get out of it? Pressure by DC. They get out of the end zone here. Here's a Ryan Cable swinging it. Backwards here. Come on, cameraman. Thank you. Babbitt. Babbitt. Back into Callahan territory here in the back of the end zone. Here's Babbitt. Babbitt on the goal line. DC really forcing them to move it backwards. And the O-line for the Boston Glory have to use a timeout. Jeff Babbitt calls the timeout because Glory their cutters were non-existent there, so they have to use their timeout. That's a win for the Glory. It's a little win there. If you're the Glory, you're gonna take that all the time.
Lauren really did a tremendous job in her first season with the DC Breeze last year, taking over for Daryl Stanley, who built this team to be a competitive rival of the New York Empire, to be sure.
Yep.
And then Lauren really felt like she let the team down the championship weekend, not pulling the trigger on the right adjustments in the wind. I know that DC Breeze players have insisted that it's a team effort, but she still feels a lot of burden of responsibility for the pain of that semifinal loss. I think that's one of the things that's really motivated her and driven her throughout this 2025 season.
Here's a Ryan Cable pressured here by Boxley. Here's a high stall count. And that's a horrible throw by Cable to absolutely no one. DC can break here. Good pressure by DC, and they force the turn. DC high stall. Here's the reset. Y'all gotta go, DC. Here's a cross-field shot here. And DC's going to call timeout. Interesting. I don't know if I like that decision. I feel like you have to get. I know it's a big goal. It can cut it down to a 3-goal game here. But you use one of your 2 timeouts for the second half. I feel like you got to have your D line push it in because those 2 timeouts, you never know. You get other 2 other break chances. Get 2 other break chances, then you should call that out. But I feel like they should have their D line try to punch it in. But whatever. So O-line out here for DC. Andrew Roy is going to pick up the disc here.
This is a must score. Feels like
Andrew Roy. Are the refs giving blow the whistle yet? There we go. Roy. With the reset there. Up to Jock Nissen. Here's Monroe. Monroe looking for Rowan. He finds Boxley. Boxley outside the end zone. Resetting here. Monroe. Sorry, that's Andrew Roy with the disc here. Roy. To Monroe. Monroe throws it away. Miscommunication between Monroe and Rowan McDonald, who's been doing it for years. Wow. That has to be heartbreaking by the O-line there for DC. You get a stop. You get a D. You call timeout. You waste your timeout just to give it back to the Boston Glory. You use your timeout and get your O-line out there too. Wow. That is huge. That was they were really right outside the end zone. Rowan went one way, Monroe threw it the other way. Rip.
Back to McCann.
See if DC can earn it back. Use a crossfield throw. It's floaty, but Boston gets it here. Technically a hold for Boston, even though their D line's out there. Is the Breeze call the timeout and put their O line out there, but couldn't punch it in. What? That should be that's a travel. Big time travel. Glory to the end zone. That's tough for DC. They should have punched that in. They were right outside the end zone and threw it away. That's tough. That's gonna hurt.
there's the initial turnover.
That might have sold you, DC. Literally got gifted by Orion Cable and then you just throw it away. Wow.
Hey, nice find by McCann. Noticing that
Both teams giving each other gifts. Both teams throw it away there and Glory score. Dang it, DC. What are y'all doing? All right, here's the poll here. Andrew Roy, double teams here. Roy gets it back. Roy with the inside flick here to Monroe. Monroe, who had that throwaway. Monroe gets it back there. Break throw here to Andrew Roy. Andrew Roy.
down and going the other way. Almost
A big swing by to Monroe, nearly a turnover. Monroe Needs help. Monroe finds Boxley. Christian Boxley. Look up here. Here's a shot to Andrew Roy, and it just did not, just not enough float on that throw, and it just falls down. Too much blade on it. Too much blade on that. You should have threw it flat, DC. Too much blade, not enough float. Boston has the disc here. They're going to take a shot right to the DC player. 4 seconds for DC. Can they go full field here? It went full field, but Boxley did not have position there, and it's teed up by Boston. I said in the third quarter, Breeze. They could have cut it to 3 multiple times. And Boston took advantage, and they're up by 5, just like they were at half. We're heading the fourth quarter. This game could end before the Minnesota game starts, but we'll see. I think I'll end this game before I start the other stream. For sure. I guess I could start the... Maybe I'll start the other stream on my phone, actually. No, because I can't watch it. Never mind. Okay. All right. Be back. That's a dangerous play there by the DC defender. I'm trying to play aggressive, good D, but Boston with a huge swing here. Orion Cable. And they swing it back the other way. Cable. Cable. Resetting.
Winning the East 5 years in a row. 18, 19, 21.
Here's Babbitt at midfield. Babbitt resetting. Swing up here. Toby DeCrawley is waved off here. Here's another swing. Back to Babbitt. Babbitt. Babbitt here at the 30. Resetting. Back to the 40 here. Now up to the 34. Swing up here. And here's a step through throw. D'd up by A.J. Merriman. A.J. Merriman with the layout D in front of Jeff Babbitt. Earns the disc back here for DC. Babbitt nearly got the D. Here's a shot. A.J. Merriman looking for Healy. And he threw it out the back of the end zone. What was A.J. Merriman thinking throwing it that far? It was too far. What was that throw, A.J. Merriman? You had him too. You had Healy. You just threw it way too far. You had Healy, literally. Had him in the end zone. That should have been an easy goal. That was a crazy layout by A.J. Merriman in front of the two-time MVP Jeff Babbitt. Just threw it a little too far there for Healy. Or Healy, sorry. Babbitt. Babbitt. Swinging up here. Here is. Oh, gosh. Babbitt. Babbitt swings up to 12 here. Ooh, that guy could have done that. Toby DeCrama in power position. No shot here. Swings it. Toby DeCrana gets it back here. DeCrana. Then stand out from Belgium. Oh my gosh, what a catch by Jeff Babbitt and one throw by DeCrana. DeCrana gets it back from Babbitt. Ooh. Does not swing it to Babbitt there. DeCrana gets it back. DeCrana. Back to Babbitt. DeCrana and Babbitt just were doing give and go. Literally just swinging it back and forth until they got in the end zone. That was the DeCrana Babbitt point right there. Wow. DeCrana and Babbitt. They're too good.
So, what defender in the league has an answer for that? Here's another look.
Oh, I know what defender in the league has an answer for Jeff Babbitt. His name is Tony Maunga. No, Kyle Weinberg has an answer for that. But Ben Ashton on him, honestly.
Can't remember doing that. No one else.
All right. I feel like Beth Wolfmeyer could go about it. Stop wasn't scoring. Christian Boxley with a high flow there. Grabbed out of the air. Here's a Huck here. Looking for Monroe, and it goes over his head. Wodach wanted a call. Does not get it, though. Awesome with a break chance to go up by 7. Let's get this. Definitely over. Just realized I didn't even have this on here the whole time. That's crazy. My bad. Here's a Huck here. Wodach slips and falls. He is hurt. Wodach is hurt. I think he did get stepped on because the ref missed a call. Boxley gets the D. They're calling a foul on Christian Boxley there. That's crazy. He got the disc first. Boxley gets the disc here first. That's a horrible call. They both have right to the disc. They can both attack the disc. This is a horrible call by the ref. That's why Rowan and Monroe are mad. And this number 44 guy on Boston needs to realize that they're both going for the disc. If I'm the DC guy, the Boston guy, I'm not saying it's a foul. I'm gonna call turnover. But he's keeping the disc being a little turd.
Forget Paris, Billy Crystal.
That should not be a foul. That's horrible. That is. Boxley literally hit it first. They both have right to the disc. It's in the air. Exactly. I'd be mad as hell if I'm DC. And they are mad.
This taken away from him by McDonald.
No wonder Monroe was mad. That's a horrible call. And Boston should have done that. Chan should have done a courtesy call or whatever it's called in Frisbee. Why cannot think of it? You should have, but that's crazy.
Extend the lead to 7.
I get Kirsten Buckley's frustration, and I get Monroe's frustration, and I get Rowan McDonald's frustration. That should not be a foul on Boxley. And the Glory player needs to reverse that call. Glory guy's got to be the bigger man, like Mitchell. How do you not do a what's it called?
You know, purposely level Boxley. I mean, he's taking her out towards the disc. Love to hear them articulate what they felt was so egregious.
Harriman bobbles it. Gets it back to Roy.
And maybe there's something that's apparent at field level that we're not picking up on up here in the booth.
Yeah, I should have been a courtesy call there or whatever. Why can I not think of what it's called? Starts with an I. It starts with I, but I don't know what it is.
What a hammer there from
Can't think of it. What's the freaking word? I'm selling.
Wrap up the line.
Oh, what a layout catch. This game's over for sure. The stream's supposed to start in 12 minutes. I'll be live for Minnesota Chicago after this. Travel.
Full strength Boston squad.
Yeah, I underestimated Boston too. I thought DC was going to come in here and upset them. What was I thinking?
Despite losing 3.
This is a really low scoring game, 14-7. It's taken up. It's because every goal is like taking a long time, you know? That's why.
Rossi.
Easy goal. DC doesn't even have 10 goals. That's crazy. Yeah, 8 goal lead. This game is over. I might need to go start the other stream.
Their 5th year of the franchise.
I'll wait a little bit. That game doesn't start for 10 more minutes. And who knows, it might start late like this one did. So you never know.
Boston is really dominating DC, much in the way
Boston's gonna be scary, y'all. They might be more scared than the Union right now. They're destroying DC, who destroyed New York. It's crazy.
They've got looks at breaks.
It's a big pull here by Boston. Andrew Roy makes the catch here. Jock Nissen with the throw out of bounds. Wow. What was that? Looking for Merriman there. Ooh.
Keeps it moving.
Boston looking for another goal here. Another break. Maybe it's not break. They don't have the break thing on there. This must be a hold. But that doesn't look like their O-line. That looks like their D-line.
We talked a couple weeks ago about
Boston with the lefty backhand up there into space. Yeah, it's over for sure. It was already over before that goal. But 9-goal game. Yeah, when was the last time DC was held to single digits? Jeez.
Not looking likely.
I mean, this will easily be DC's biggest loss this decade.
Yeah, this is the biggest loss for DC this decade for sure. Wow.
Franchise that won 2 out of 3 games over Boston during the regular
Right.
season. Not for losing to Philly twice, team that didn't make the playoffs. Also suffered a loss at Montreal. Now this DC team could have been at home, and you wonder
A little longer before I go start that other one. Yeah, pull up the Union game on my phone just to see when they start or when they're about to start.
of his career.
That could be Rowan McDonald's final assist of his career there, potentially. It's crazy to say. Shout out to Rowan. I got a signature last year when the DC Breeze played the Shred at home. Ultimate legend for the DC Breeze. Could be his final assist there. Shout out to Rowan, man. He's such a good player. 100 different throws video on YouTube. Just could never win a championship. It sucks. Shout out to Rowan. I wanted them to go far, man. I wanted them to beat the Glory, upset them, but it didn't happen, unfortunately. Dang it. So now we need Minnesota to win. Because I do not want to play Boston in the first round. I'm sorry. Shred versus Babbitt. We've already lost to Babbitt too many times. I don't want to play Boston. That's the last team I want to play. I'd rather play Union. So we need Minnesota to win. If Minnesota wins and we win, we have to win first, obviously. But if Minnesota wins and then we win tonight, we play the hustle. That's what I want. And then I'd really like if the Union would beat Boston. I don't want to play Boston at all. I want to avoid Boston like the freaking plague or yeah. I don't want to play Boston. They're scary.
When we saw the Carolina Flyers
Block against Atlanta in the South Division Championship game.
We could beat them. We cannot beat Jeff Babbitt though. Oh wow, there's a drop there by Boston. Not like it will matter. You like some momentum going into championship weekend if you're Boston there. That drop kind of sucks.
Possession frisbee, but it was a different type of possession.
Why is it taking forever for the Minnesota game to start? They must be starting up late. They haven't even got the countdown on there yet. Watch UFA.tv. 108 left. The Boston Glory are moving on. Going to move on to championship weekend here as they're going to defeat DC. Still 46 seconds left here. Or sorry, 113. I don't know why I said 46. We'll be live for the Wind Chill and the Union game in just a couple minutes here. And then after that game, we'll be live for the Shred and the Spiders. Let's go. All right. The pull for DC here.
Like that. Late in his career do that at times.
Here's a huck by Boston. Looking for some momentum here. Oh my gosh, what a grab over the top. Tanner Johnson, go. What a highlight. Grab. Flipped it in the end zone. Mossed his own teammate, but he had a better read on it. But he flipped it to the end zone to the teammate he mossed anyway, so helping him out there. Give him the goal. 'Cause he would have been short if his teammate caught it. So, you know, give him the goal there.
With a grin up his face, like, who just did that to me? Friendly fire. But they can chuckle about.
He got the goal anyway. He's happy he got the goal. So the assist. If he was short, he probably would have got the assist. All right, 50 seconds left here. All right, the countdown on the Minnesota game is finally on. But it has 2-minute countdown, so we're good. It's going to start a little late. So we're chilling. Go over to that Union, Minnesota game if you're watching. We'll be live over there. That stream is already up on YouTube. Be over there right after this. Yep, DC, I gotta go use the restroom before I freaking stream the next game. So hurry up and waste the clock already. But don't score. Thank you for not scoring, DC. Thank you. Thank you for not scoring. Now the time can go down more. Because if we would have scored, they would have to reset everything. Line up again. Nope. Not anymore. No, stop throwing hucks. I need the time to waste. Doesn't matter. It's short anyway, so they can keep going. Yes. Do not score. Yes. Thank you. That's the game. Travel on the huck, but it won't matter. It won't matter, though. Wow. That's crazy, y'all. 2 teams, the first 2 teams to move on to championship weekend have never made it. Atlanta Hustle, for the first time after being upset 2 years in a row in the South Division Championship. They made it yesterday. And now, the Boston Glory here with a couple seconds left. But it's pretty much over here. Yep, it's over. There we go. Okay, now there we go. That's the game. The Boston Glory have defeated the DC Breeze and have won the East Championship and are heading to championship weekend for the first time in their history. They win 17-8. Thank you guys for watching. It's been your favorite Ginger, and I'm out. Peace. We'll be live for Minnesota and Union in just a couple seconds. I'm out. Peace. Better see you in that stream.